How does virtual service for doctors work? How does outsourcing your practice management work? And how does it compare to traditional insourcing in your private practice? You're worried about loss of control. Doctors often think that going into an outsourced service will mean that they lose control of who they have looking after their practice. Doctors think they'll be just in this call center with no relationship with their staff. The staff in this call center won't understand the nuances of the practice, or they won't understand how they want their practice supported. They won't feel that they have someone in their corner that they have built a relationship with. Well, a patient may think nothing of it. It depends how the outsourced service is delivered. If the outsourced service is delivered in such a way that the brand of the outsourced service is part of the experience, then the patient will be wondering, why am I calling this place? If the outsourcing is kind of hidden in the background, the patient may not be aware, but they might find that the person on the other end of the phone doesn't have detailed knowledge about their practice. The surgeon or the physician or the doctor might be worrying that the person who is taking the calls doesn't understand their practice. Let's talk about the alternative to outsourcing. Let's talk about the traditional approach, which we can call insourcing. There are various problems with that. First problem, do you have the right person? Let's assume you do have the right person. What happens if the right person is unavailable or takes scheduled leave? How do you cover that? How much money do you want to spend on wages and salary? Quite often people will try and save money on wages and salary by having people working part-time. If you have someone working part-time, how do the phone calls get responded to or covered when the person's not rostered on? Does this mean you're going to lose referrals if you don't get back to people straight away? Even then, once you start to add up the cost of leave cover, or you start to add up the cost of hourly rates, the going rate for a good secretary is $38 to $40 an hour currently. At those kind of rates, you're looking at about part-time, if you want them just 2 days a week, that's still $3,000 a month. Training and management takes your time, so you're going in an in-source model, you've got to train and manage your staff. This will take time. Have you got the time it takes to properly support your staff? Even when you train and support your staff, do you have time to supervise your staff, or do you have time to ensure that they are properly following the procedures, give you the right information, not making mistakes, doing the billing correctly, using the item number combinations correctly? Do you have time to oversee that? Not leveraging technology can result in you missing opportunities to streamline and improve your practice, which ultimately lead to more of your time or more cost for you. Outsourcing can provide comprehensive coverage because using the resources of the outsourced service provider enables you to have full-time coverage throughout the week. Your phones are answered throughout the week. There's no downtime while people are rostered off. As part of this comprehensive coverage, yes, you have this full-time coverage, but you no longer need to pay for full-time coverage. If you go down an in-source model, if you want to have someone available full-time, you need to pay full-time hours. Under an outsourcing model, the people are part of a pool, part of a team. They might be working for your practice and one or two other practices. And this enables their cost to be spread across different doctors, giving your practice full-time coverage at a reduced cost to you. With a pool of staff, cross-trained in different doctors' practices and across different specialties, scheduled and unscheduled leave suddenly ceases to be an issue. You don't need to worry if someone's away and how is your practice going to be managed while that person's away. Often I know doctors who schedule their own leave around the leave requirements of their staff. Outsourced service providers often have the resources to look at new tools, new technologies. AI is already good enough to answer phone calls and provide patients with the information they need, saving a lot of staff time to answer those repetitive routine questions that just keep on coming up over and over and over. The AI phone system works such that if it can't answer a patient query, the call gets put through to a human. A human is always just one step away. Despite being virtual, you can get a highly personalized, highly professional service that is dedicated to your practice and to the needs of your patients. Don't let any concerns about outsourcing your practice hold you back. Comment below if you have any questions, or reach out to us directly. We'd love to help.